Happy New Year, everybody! This is the Vikstrand, and today we are going to talk about the most anticipated movies for the 2018 calendar year. So, without any further ado, here they come! If down the line it turns out that they didn't have. Now the rules are as they usually are when it comes to a big year. I'm going to assume, of course, all of these films will have premiere 2018, but we cannot be sure about that. Their opening dates 2018. This is what I see now as being 2018 releases. Number 15, Isle of Dogs. Wes Anderson has delivered some of the best movies from the independent scene during the last couple of years. I think he's just getting better and better and better. I think The Grand Budapest Hotel is the best movie he has ever done. But the second best movie he has ever done is called Fantastic Mr. Fox, a animated movie. And considering this one is going to be animated also, I think this is going to be a great movie. It might actually top Fantastic Mr. Fox. I hope it does. I always hope it does. It has all the potential it can get. Number 14, Holmes and Watson. Now Will Ferrell's career during the last couple of years has taken a bit of a tumble. A decade ago he was maybe the funniest man on the planet. Nowadays he doesn't seem really to have the same feeling surrounding him, which is a shame because the dude used to be all about laughter. But this one, however, has all the potential you need. I mean, John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell has created magic together, and they might do it again. I sometimes have too much naivety in myself, I know that, but if they're gonna do a movie about Sherlock Holmes and Watson in a sort of comedic tone, it might be fantastic. Will it be the funniest movie of 2018? I sure hope so, but we never know. You never know. We'll have to see. Number 13, Hellboy. The name Neil Marshall is probably not the most well known of all time when it comes to directors, but he has made some of the sort of most underrated movies of all time during the last 10 years or so. He is all about the 1980s nostalgia action movies sort of. And I think he might be the best selection for Hellboy. I personally thought that the Guillermo del Toro double feature of Hellboy was absolutely astonishing. I thought they were great. So I will not say that I think that this is ultimately a good idea, but it might be, and in the hands of Neil Marshall, it might be a great one even. Just have to see. Number 12, Elita, Battle Angel. Now, both James Cameron and Roberto Rodriguez are fantastic directors. They have made some truly astonishing movies. And at one point, this was actually going to be James Cameron's next directorial effort after Titanic. This is more than 15 years ago when this was going to come out originally. The trailer suggests that this one is taking a term through the sort of chappy version of the AI finding yourself kind of a movie, and just like that one, it might be shit and it might be fantastic. They certainly have the acting to pull this one off. The question is, will this one be good or bad? I Personally, I just hope for this one to be a fantastic movie. Number 11, Iron Sky 2. Now, Iron Sky was not exactly a huge movie when it came out. It was a Finnish sci-fi movie about Nazis hiding on the moon on a base. It sort of was the bizarro version of Mars Attacks meets Doctor Strangelove. It worked gangbusters. And a sequel I thought could be a really solid movie. This has all the potential in the world to be a fantastic movie, and it also has the potential to be a sock full of turds. No, this movie is gonna fucking rock. Number 10, X-Men, Dark Phoenix. People seem to not really like X-Men Apocalypse that much. I don't know why. I mean, you had a great story with Apocalypse, you had a great character arc with Magneto, you had great actors, you had a great villain. You basically had the second best X-Men movie of all time. Fight me. So why this one cannot be a fantastic movie, I don't know. It has all the ingredients for making this a good movie, and of course we all knew that it's going to be better than X-Men The Last Stand, which I, for the record, thought was a okay movie. It was a good movie. It was too short and it didn't have enough time to, work on the specifics on the storylines, but it wasn't bad. It was just not as good as the previous X-Men movies. I think they can right the wrongs on this one. It might not be as good as Apocalypse, but it sure as hell is going to be the proper Dark Phoenix saga. At least I hope so. Number 9, Solo, a Star Wars story. Well, The Last Jedi wasn't exactly the Star Wars movie we had hoped for on all, levels, but I think this one can be a pretty solid movie. I don't think it's going to be as good as Rogue One. I don't think it's going to be as memorable as some other movies that has been made the last years. I think this is going to be closer to, let's say, Guardians of the Galaxy rather than Star Wars, actually. I think this is going to feel like a space adventure run through the filter of Star Wars and Disney, and it's going to be a well-crafted and seriously entertaining movie. Is it going to be the best Star Wars movie ever? I don't think so. Is it going to be better than Rogue One? No, I don't think so either. But I think it is going to be a memorable and solid movie. Number 8, Black Panther. When the Black Panther trailer dropped, they treated this one like the second coming of Christ almost. They thought this is going to be the best movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe history. I saw it and thought, it looks good. It's going to be a good movie, no question about it. Black Panther was fantastic in Civil War, and the entire cast looks very strong, and the visual looks fantastic. Wakanda looks fucking amazing. I have no problems with that, but the story just seems to be a bit unoriginal and just seems to be another very solid Marvel Cinematic Universe movie. I think it is going to be really, really good, and I think people are going to like it, but I don't think it's going to have, battle for the supremacy of the top brass of 2008. I really don't. I hope I'm wrong. Number 7, Ready Player One. Steven Spielberg has always been a bit of a mixed bag for me. He's an excellent storyteller, but his problem has always been he is sugarcoating the entire movie sometimes and leaving it like in a hot mess. I really hope that he will deliver on this one, however, because this has the potential of becoming one of his best movies of all time. I mean, sure, it seems a little shallow of Steven Spielberg, shoving down 80s nostalgia down our throats. Sure, but the trailer seems to indicate that this one is going to be a stone cold classic, and the fantastic sequences, I have no question about it that they will be memorable and fantastic, and Steven Spielberg will deliver every single bit of them to the best of his ability. However, the fact that the sequences in between might be a sugar-coated mess. If that happens, it will not feature on my 10 favorite movies of the year, but we're just gonna have to see. I always remain positive when it comes to my thoughts of upcoming movies. Maybe I'm being too naive in this case, I don't know. Number 6, Venom. Hands up everybody who thought that Venom from Spider-Man 3 was a good idea. Shut up. No, it was a pretty stupid idea. I have been waiting for somebody to make a proper Venom movie ever since Spider-Man 3 failed to do so. Is it going to be the perfect Venom movie? I don't know. I really hope so. Venom is my favorite character in the entirety of Marvel. So please, pretty please, with sugar on top, make this a memorable movie. They have at least one thing going for himself. I think that Tom Hardy might be the best possible person they could get to play Eddie Brooks / Venom. It has all the potential. Let's just hope they use it to its full potential. This might be actually the best comic book movie of the year. Maybe if a movie that may or may not feature later on this list deliver even more awesomeness. Number 5, Mission Impossible 6. Is Tom Cruise trying to kill himself and using these sets of Mission Impossible to do it? So suicide by movie? Is that his idea? I don't know, but sometimes I actually get that feeling. But man, has the Mission Impossible movies been on a roll these past few years. I mean, they have every single movie that has come out since Mission Impossible 3 has been better than the previous ones. And maybe, just maybe, they might top themselves with the 6th installment. I don't know, but Christopher McQuarrie at least made a monster of a movie when he did Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, which was a fantastic modern spy movie / action movie / Tom Cruise trying to murder himself in front of our very eyes. I'm expecting this one to be amazing. Number 4, The Avengers Infinity War. Infinity War is almost upon us. It might be one of the most breathtaking movies of all time. This might be just a fantastic, stellar movie, or it might be a jumbled mess with too many characters: Black Panther, Guardians of the Galaxy, Doctor Strange, The Avengers, and Spider-Man. It might be too many characters, or it might be a great ensemble picture. Based on what Marvel has done so far, I'm leaning on the later, and I really hope so. The trailer surely looked fantastic, and I don't know, this might be the best Marvel movie in the entirety of mankind. We don't know. Just gonna have to wait a few months to see it. Number 3, The Predator. Now, Predator is one of my favorite movies of all time, and I have been waiting ever since since the 90s for a proper Predator movie. I didn't get it with versus Alien, and we all know why. I thought that the Predators that came out 2010 was pretty fucking solid, and but not a stone cold classic. Shane Black, as director and writer for this one, might be able to put this one back on the map. I may be a dumb son of a bitch to think that just because Shane Black was in the 1987 version and that he's a good director and a good writer, that he will do a fantastic movie. But he might, actually. He might. And if someone's going to do it, it's going to be him. And I'm going to remain positive until I see the movie, and then we'll see what lies beneath. It just might become the best movie of the entire year unless they're topped by the last two movies. Number 2, the as of yet untitled Deadpool sequel. Deadpool is a bit weird. It changes basically how we view comic book movies. Now, the first movie was an absolute barnstorm. Was that because it was an entirely new thing? Was it because that we hadn't seen anything of this before, or that it spoke to us as fans of these kind of movies? Are they going to be able to pull the same trick off once again? Is it going to be tiresome, or are we going to see something brand new? I hope for the later. And I mean, we have Ryan Reynolds, we have potentially the funniest movie of 2018, delivering, you know, a solid string of one-liners, catchphrases, solid bloody violence, and fourth wall jokes. It just might pull off the impossible, making a proper sequel to Deadpool. I hope they do. And number 1, Area X, Annihilation. With a title that more resembles a add-on pack for a early 2000 first-person shooter game, you might find it a little strange that Annihilation is on the top of my list, but I'm putting a lot of faith into just one teaser trailer. The teaser trailer I saw a couple of weeks ago was basically like a rival District 9, kind of a fever dream, and it just looked so good. It had such a visual, it just had this fantastic visual style to it. It had a feel to it, saying that this is gonna be fucking amazing. It basically did everything right. I just hope that it can deliver on it. I don't know that much about the story. I don't know that much about the book that it's supposedly based on. I don't know that much about anything else that this movie looks amazing. It feels amazing. It has this aura of mystery about it that we don't know what it's going to be about, and I love that. It's the rare occasion of less is more when it comes to this movie, apart from basically every other movie on this list, which, you know, gives you an idea of what you're going to get. I don't know what I'm going to get, and that is exactly why this is on the top of this list. This might be either the most fantastic movie of the decade, or it might be okay. Well, Happy New Year everybody, this is the Wikstrand and I am signing out.